Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another video. And today's video, I am asking ChatGPT to make me Left 4 Dead 3. Valve was not making the game anytime soon, so why not have it be made by AI and just see what it comes up with? I am very much looking forward to seeing what this machine spits out and whether or not it will genuinely be a good game. I did this once for Call of Duty, so why not for Left 4 Dead? If you guys have been enjoying today's video, please drop a like, subscribe if you are new, and if there's a particular video you guys want to see from me in the future, just leave it here in the comments down below. But yeah guys, let me explain what parameters I gave ChatGPT for making Left 4 Dead 3. This is the material that I gave ChatGPT to work with. Create a Left 4 Dead 3 game with fan favorite gameplay mechanics from Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2. Have at least 5 brand new unique maps with locations/settings that have never been before playable in a Left 4 Dead game. Have 4 brand new unique playable characters for a brand new zombies crew, with 3 of the characters being male and 1 female. Give each of the characters distinct personalities with 1 likable aspect for each character and at least 1 flaw for each character. The game has at least 1 flaw in it that players are asking to be changed. And I also wrote surprise me on what YouTube videos are being made about the game in a fictional universe, because I'm really curious to see if whether or not that can predict the types of YouTube videos that people will probably make on this game. The game has at least 1 brand new game mode type, 3 brand new special infected zombie types, 7 brand new weapons, with 1 being an assault rifle, SMG, shotgun, sniper, pistol, melee weapon, and then just some random special weapon similar to the grenade launcher or the M60. The story of the game is a definitive conclusion to the Left 4 Dead series and has its own events. Find some way to include both fan favorite characters Keith and Virgil into the story and give an ending to the franchise that fans are happy with. I am really curious to see if it can end up making a good game or whether or not it's just going to be just random mumbo jumbo. Alright, so it spit out what it thought it was going to be the best options possible, and let's see what it came up with. So this is the name of our game. It's not just Left 4 Dead 3, it's specifically Left 4 Dead 3 Endgame. Okay, so we're going with a cool little subtitle. I like that. Left 4 Dead 3 is a definitive conclusion to the Left 4 Dead franchise, blending familiar mechanics and fan-favorite characters with fresh innovations to create the ultimate co-op zombie survival experience. The game introduces new survivors, unique maps, fresh zombie types, new weapons, and a heart-pounding storyline that ties up the series' loose ends. Story and setting. After years of surviving the infection, the world is barely holding on. The infection is now at its worst, and the last remaining survivors must reach a rumored safe haven in the middle of an apocalyptic wasteland. As they trek across the ruins, they discover the truths about the virus's origins, with people who engineered it. Ooh, interesting. And the possibility of reversing it even. So reversing the infection before humanity is fully wiped out. Okay, so we're actually trying to do a World War Z approach and find a cure. That's interesting, and I feel like this could be possible within the realms of the Left 4 Dead universe, considering the fact that the virus changes so much that eventually it's got to change into a weak enough variant that you could capitalize on it. The story culminates in a cinematic final showdown, offering both triumph and heartbreak, bringing closure to beloved character arcs. Okay, so there's some good ending and bad ending I'm feeling coming up here, but let's look at the characters first. Here are the brand new characters. Max Maverick Ryder. Personality: a hardened ex-soldier with a dry sense of humor and a quick wit. He often cracks jokes in intense moments to lighten up the mood, but deep down he struggles with PTSD from past combat. His flaw: his cynicism can sometimes push people away. He distrusts everyone too quickly, which causes tension with the group. Okay, so he doesn't trust easily because of his PTSD, so he probably has a tragic backstory. But his likable aspect is that Max is fiercely loyal to his teammates, and when it comes down to it, he will always fight for those he considers family. So he is very hard to get to know, but if he knows you really well, he will fight for you till the very end. So this is kind of like a modern take on Bill, and I like that. So this is getting Bill without getting Bill. Leo Diaz. Personality: an adrenaline junkie with a love for big guns and risky stunts. He's passionate, outspoken, and has a reckless streak. His flaw: Leo's impulsiveness and tendencies to rush into situations without thinking often leads him into dangerous outcomes. Likeable aspect: his enthusiasm and optimism are infectious, and he can always be counted on to motivate the team when spirits are low. So he's a unique hybrid, but also slightly unique in his own right, where he's like got aspects of Lewis with the positivity and kind of like just being spontaneous and almost troublemaker-like Nick. But he's also got like, I guess kind of like a hippie/skater vibe to him. I'm getting more of a skater vibe than I am hippie, but he seems like a skater dude to me for some reason. Next character is Liam Doc Harper. Personality: a kind-hearted medic who is dedicated to saving lives, even when it seems like there's no hope. Liam often plays the peacemaker, trying to calm tensions between teammates. Flaw: he's overly idealistic, often holding on to the hope that humanity can still be saved, which can cloud his judgment in moments where tough decisions need to be made. Likeable aspect: his genuine compassion and ability to empathize with others makes him an invaluable member to the team, especially when morale is low. The fact that he has it where, in his flaw here, I feel like this would be a catalyst for the reason they go on the adventure in the first place, because of the stories that they're trying to find a possible cure. His optimism is the reason why the group would probably continue to go forward. And then the last character is Cameron Shadow Alvarez. Personality: a former assassin turned into a reluctant hero. She's calculating, precise, and often prefers to work in the shadows, quietly eliminating threats. Flaw: has trouble trusting others and prefers to work alone, which can alienate the group. Likable aspect: her unmatched skills in stealth and combat, coupled with her no-nonsense attitude, makes her incredibly efficient and indispensable part of the team when things get ugly. Okay, so this is interesting. The female character this time around is more violent and more brutal than the male characters, which I find interesting because normally with Zoe and Rochelle, they're very like optimistic and they don't really do anything violent unless they have to. Like Zoe became a lot like Bill and more, I guess, like brutal towards the end, given the fact that she saw him die in the sacrifice campaign, but she still was kind of a sweetheart and was willing to help, like, you know, the Left 4 Dead 2 characters with Ellis, Nick, Coach, and Rochelle. So she just knows how to like balance between being hard and a softie. And Rochelle, she's also tough in her own ways, but she never had like events that like harden her like Zoe. But this Cameron character seems like by de facto kind of almost like a Red Sparrow. Like a very like mean character, like someone that you wouldn't want to fuck with, and I kind of like the difference this time around for the female lead. Okay, I'm also curious about this, the brand new game mode. It's called Escape. In this mode, players must race against the clock to compete in a series of objectives while escaping a city or an area before a massive horde overruns it. The catch: the area is constantly being bombarded by an ever-growing storm of infected, and players will have to use their wits to avoid environmental hazards while fighting to reach an escape point. Interesting. Okay, so it's like survival, but without holdouts. So it's survival with like running finales, essentially. And I can imagine players competing against each other in this, like, hey, you know, you got zombies and you're trying to see who is the one that can get to the end before the other guy. Maybe you can also grief each other. Maybe you can do it in teams. This could be okay. And I think that that's very much needed, considering the fact that Versus is like the only Left 4 Dead game mode that people are willing to play. They tried to do something slightly different with Versus Survival in the Last Stand update, but it ultimately just didn't hit well with fans, and a lot of people just did not like it, and the game mode is basically dead. Now here are the maps. The first one, Abandoned Space Colony. A creepy dystopian space station where the survivors must navigate zero-gravity areas, avoid alien-like infection mutations, and escape before the station implodes. Huh. So, this gives me Half-Life vibes. Imagine that they find a way to blend Half-Life and Left 4 Dead together. This could be hit or miss. if you did the proper fan service and made it a Half-Life map, or at least alluded to it, I feel like people could like this. I think that that'd be unique. I don't necessarily know if people are going to care for the sci-fi thing, but as long as it's grounded in reality and we don't like go to outer space or something like that, then we should be okay. Tokyo subways, a dark claustrophobic setting underground in the Tokyo metro system where survivors must deal with tight hallways, abandoned trains, and a new mutation special infected lurking in the shadows. But I don't know what they would be doing though down there. Maybe what they could do is that they could make the special infected down there one of the cut zombie types that we never got. Like, let's say down in the subway, we get, like, claws. Reclaimed skyscrapers. A high-rise building overtaken by nature where the survivors must traverse through dangerous rooftop paths, swarming skyscraper floors. Okay, this map would be a vertical map where you're basically going from the bottom to the top of a giant building. Now, I don't know if whether or not that the entire map can just be the one skyscraper, because that's what it sounds like they're trying to do. In a situation like this, it would probably be boring, that's my worry. Unless they can make the skyscraper, like, totally unique. Maybe what they could do is that you could go from skyscraper to skyscraper, like they're alluding to. Maybe you could have it where there's a panic event or a dynamic event where a crane lift breaks a window and you have to, like, walk across it while zombies are coming at you from both ends. Maybe. The next map is Venice Canals. Okay, so we are in Venice. A flooded Venice, where gondolas are the only way to travel between sections. The survivors must fight off infected from the canals while dealing with flooded areas and submerged obstacles. Italy, huh? We've had, it looks like Japan and Italy at the very least. Now, map 1 and map 3, these also could be in different countries, but it doesn't necessarily say it's in other countries. So these characters would be going around the world. And then the last map, Military Base Research Facility, a former government lab where the infection was first studied. The survivors must uncover the truth about the virus while dealing with dangerous experimental infected and high-tech security systems. So we're going into the military base. This would be if the military had its own map. This would probably be the best map. If this wasn't a letdown, this would be a fan favorite. I can imagine all the different Easter eggs that Valve would bury in this map. You could have it where you could have references to other games like Portal and Half-Life. You could have it where there's special infected that are teased, but you ultimately will never experience them, maybe alluding to a Left 4 Dead 4, even though we know we're not getting it because it's the definitive end. But just like what could have been types of special infected, like seeing them in little pods. You could have it where the military have it where unique panic events are just like military traps. You could have like lasers and robots and other random things that would be just such unique panic events that would like not ever be able to be like replicated again. It would be like unique to this specific map. This could be really, really fun. I like the last map probably the best for its potential. Here are the brand new special infected that we finally ended up getting after all this time. Vanguard. These heavily armored infected wield riot shields and charge the player with a battering ram of brute force, forcing survivors to rethink their positioning or waste ammo. Okay, so this is definitely taking elements from the Charger. It would run at you just like him, but he's armored. So this one's not really as unique. It's just the Charger with like riot gear armor. In fact, that would be really annoying. That would actually be really annoying. The riot gear zombies are the bane of my existence on the Parish and Coldstream. And giving them special infected powers, like, no. The Phantom. This special infected moves with incredible speed and can phase in and out of reality, distorting players and causing them to fire at nothing before striking at unexpected angles. Okay, you gotta be shitting me. In and out of reality? What the fuck is this? Like some sort of alien zombie? Oh, dude, I don't know if I like this one either. This one would be annoying. It's taking elements from the hunter cloaking and going invisible. Oh, this would piss me off more than the jockey. All right, here's the last one. The Gorgon. A massive mutated female infected with tendrils growing from her body. The Gorgon uses its hair like appendages to constrict survivors, slowing them down and pulling them into a horde of other infected. Okay, the Gorgon sounds cool. We have not had another female infected in a while, the last one being the Spitter, and the only other one being the Witch, and technically the female Boomer. But yeah, the Gorgon, I like that one. It sounds like a more of a passive zombie, where like it uses like other infected to do its killing, kind of like the Boomer. But it definitely would be very, very good in versus, I'd like to imagine, being able to like grab in survivors, especially if you could do multiple survivors and like hold them hostage so other things could kill. This would be a teamwork oriented infected, I like to believe. Here are the unique guns that we finally got. For assault rifles, we got the FAL, a powerful semi-automatic rifle with a high damage output, perfect for taking down hordes from a distance. Here's the SMG, the TSD-9 Raven, a lightweight submachine gun with incredible fire rate and accuracy, making it a go-to for close quarters combat. The shotgun is the M12 Rumbler, a pump-action shotgun with explosive rounds that blow apart infected in a satisfying blast. So this has explosive ammo off the rip? I don't know, because if it's like actual frag rounds from like Left 4 Dead 2, this gun would be busted. Just starting off with them, especially if you could refill it. I feel like that would have to get a nerf. For the sniper, we get the VSSK Longshot, a bolt action. Oh god, I really don't like this gun. I don't like it when they're bolts. A bolt action sniper with exceptional range and the ability to pick off special infected with precision from a distance. If it's a bolt action, I automatically don't want it. You would have to have the fire rate be extremely high and basically make it a semi-automatic gun, or you would have to make it where like it basically one-shots everything because nobody uses the bolt actions. The pistol, the K9 Spade, a sleek, high-caliber handgun with accuracy, power, and a suppressor allowing for stealthy takedowns of infected. The melee weapon, the Fire Axe Cleaver, a brutal, wide-swinging axe perfect for slicing through hordes up close. It's the Fire Axe, but just, I guess, better. And the special weapon is a Taser Grenade, a throwable device that releases an electric shock in a small radius, temporarily stunning all infected within it. The only gun really in here that remotely interests me is the assault rifle and then the shotgun. I really could care less about everything else. That's a shame, man. Now here's how we get the cameos. Keith and Virgil will appear in the story as a part of a major twist. Okay. Keith now is a highly regarded resistance leader and plays a vital role in uncovering the truth behind the infection. So Keith basically becomes like an uber badass, and he helps us. That's cool, I like that. Virgil still with his trusty, it says map, I think they meant to say boat, that's probably a typo, aids the crew with important guidance, but his path crosses with the team at a critical moment. Is hunting the same secretive group that created the infection. The two will aid the survivors in their quest for survival, ultimately revealing new information that changes the team's perception of what they have been fighting for all these years. So they become like almost like a Black Ops survivor group, Virgil and Keith. And I think that they were working together and then they meet us later. That's really cool, especially because I feel like a lot of people would have high expectations for Keith and for Virgil. You can't just say that Keith is just another jokey character. Here's also surprise YouTube video trends. Hidden ending of Left 4 Dead 3 explained. A breakdown of a secret emotional ending where players can uncover the final choice for humanity's future. A subtle nod to the game's thematic exploration of survival and sacrifice. So, branching endings? Question mark? Because a secret ending would imply that there's gotta be a ending after the main ending. Another title, How to Survive the Phantom Special Infected Best Strategies. Tutorials on surviving the fast-moving, elusive Phantom Special Infected. That would be a given. Virgil's role in Left 4 Dead 3 and why he's more important than you think. A deep dive into Virgil's connections to the overarching narrative, revealing his unexpected importance in saving humanity. All 7 new weapons ranked, which is best. This would be my video. a comparison video where the new weapons are put to the test in various games. circumstances or scenarios, rather. Yeah, this would totally be my video. Like, you bet your ass if a Left 4 Dead 3 came out, I would be on top of that. Like, I would be making videos left and right. I would be making what ifs again. I would be doing rankings. I would be doing challenges, everything under the sun. And the last one is Keith is Back, Left 4 Dead 3 character analysis, a video delving into Keith's return to the series and his relationship with the new survivors. And I bet you that what people are going to be like is, why are there no interactions with Ellis? Why is there no Ellis? I need to hear Ellis stories. I'm pretty sure there's going to be like Keith saying Ellis stories, which would be a really cool fan service nod. But I don't know why, but I feel like that Keith and Ellis would work better together separate, unless there's some way that they can make something with the ending. Maybe the last map where the Left 4 Dead 2 survivors meets like our characters could be a possibility as like a secret ending. Like, let's say that since the parish, it's like left open to interpretation, you could say that when we get to the military base that these 4 other characters run into the Left 4 Dead 2 crew, similar how that we ran to the Left 4 Dead 1 crew on the passing. I especially like that idea because it would not only be nostalgic, but also a way to like wrap up any loose ends. Flaw in the game. Some players have reported frustration with the escape mode timer based pacing, and players feel pressured into rushing objectives rather than allowing them to take their time to strategize. Valve promises to address this in an upcoming patch to allow players more time to complete objectives. I totally see this being an actual flaw as the new game mode. Of all things, that would be the one thing people would probably be the most, like, hard on the most. Conclusion. Left 4 Dead 3 Endgame provides closure and excitement, blending new elements with classic features fans adore. The new Survivor crew offers fresh perspectives, the map offers new exciting challenges, and the story gives fans a sense of finality and resolution. Keith and Virgil's presence ties up the narrative beautifully, ensuring the legacy of the Left 4 Dead series ends on a high note. Okay, so the story is probably the most important thing, not only for us, but also what ChatGPT thinks is probably best as well. And that's good, because I feel like if you do another vague ending, unless it's a branching ending and then you can pick and choose which one you want because it's open to interpretation based off of your choices, I feel like this is the best, because if you leave another ending open to interpretation and loose ends, people are going to be like, okay, where's Left 4 Dead 4 at this point? But yeah, I would say that the things I like the best is probably the story and the maps, but the special infected and the weapons could be a little bit better. I think that the game mode would be something I would enjoy, probably some people as well, but not everyone would like it. That would be like my hot take about the game. I feel like I would like the game mode and a lot of people would not care for the game mode, but this would not be the worst. This would be something really enjoyable, I'd like to believe, because even if it's not perfect, we would still get a definitive ending to the series and one last game. And I feel like if you also plug in Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2 elements, it would only more justify purchasing a third game. But if you have mods as well on top of that, this would be probably the perfect Left 4 Dead game, as long as you give people the choice. But yeah, guys, that is it here for today's video. That is ChatGPT's interpretation on what Left 4 Dead 3 should be. Let me know what you like about ChatGPT's guesses, and let me know if whether or not that you would change anything in the comments down below. Also, what would you specifically want in a Left 4 Dead 3? Is there a certain character, weapon, map, game mode, or whatever the hell that you would like to see? And if you guys have a particular video that you guys want to see from me in the future, just leave it here in the comments down below. As we wrap up the video, guys, just want to mention 2 quick things. Number 1, I have a second YouTube channel now. It is called Black Ninja 797 Extras, and on this channel, I'm going to be uploading and posting additional content that you would normally not see here on my main channel, such as gameplay walkthroughs, funny moments with my friends, and Challenge Accepted, which was a series I used to do here on my main channel where I play games that you guys requested me to play. If you guys want to check out the second channel, there is a link down below in this video's description. I also wanted to say thank you and shout out to Epic Games for being my first ever sponsor. I have a supporter creator code with them, and the code is just my name, Black Ninja 797 in all caps. If you guys want to, you can use it in the Fortnite and Epic Games item shops. Anybody that uses my code or has used it before in the past, I tremendously appreciate you. And yeah, guys, I hope you end up enjoying seeing another YouTube video from the most unique YouTubers you're ever going to see. Thanks for watching, guys. I love all of you, and peace out.
Hey, meme lords, Jesus here, and you better have enjoyed that video there by the eternal god Daddy Ninja. You should probably subscribe too. Or the mighty Moab will come for your balls. If you enjoyed the video, you might like it too. And give me the memes. Flash, bang, boom!